The sun sets in Springfield. And then the sun rises again. Where is it? I can't even see it. Where'd it go, actually? Oh, it's... What? What? I swear... Oh, no, I was facing that way. I done a weird spin on my mouse and I didn't know what way I was facing. Hey guys, you're watching C1 and only. My name is AJ. We are back on another episode of Let's Build Springfield. Episode 27. And today I'm hoping to get the right block. I'm hoping to finish off the town hall. But in addition to finishing off the town hall, I am hoping to actually put down at least some places for some car parks. I know that sounds a little bit dreary, but it's not going to be as dreary as you might think. It adds some depth to the whole village, to the whole city. Village, it's not a village. And it should make things look a lot better. How many blocks do I want to add? Well, there's only one on the front of there, so it looks about perfect to me. And then let's grab the clay, this one, to go around there. Okay. So yeah, adding car parks and adding trees, no matter what world you're on, will make it look 10 times better. At least 20 times better, 100 times better. It adds depth, it adds height to the whole place. You get so many levels of height when you add trees, because you've got the ground level, and what's on the ground level, you've got tree level, which is sort of mid-level, and then you've got buildings. And it adds a real depth to the whole place. It makes it very, very interesting to look at. Am I on the right level? I think I am. I think I did have it right in the first place, for once. So yeah, I want to do that. We've got a really easy way to do it with being able to copy and paste it. I done those trees a few episodes ago. I like them close up, but I hate them from far away. Like, up here, they look great, look. They look really cool. They're really nice shape. However, when you go down to this level, not so much. Not so good. I think we could probably solve it, by putting 4 on the bottom of it, like this. Let's just do this on like 3 of them. I know I've already been distracted from the town hall. Don't worry, we'll get it done. There's not much more to do. Yeah, see, that looks a little bit better. I don't know. They're not my favourite trees in the world, though, so I might have to go back to my generic looking trees. I really like the trees that we normally do. They just work so well. Okay. Whoa. Got my shift button and spacebar button mixed up then. How's it going, guys? Are you all doing well? I hope you're all well. I hear you all had a great Easter. I know we're a little bit behind now, but I've forgotten to mention, I've forgotten to ask if you had a great Easter. I feel really bad and I feel really rude for not asking you. Just been so busy lately, I forgot to ask you how your Easter was going, so I hope it all went fabulously for you all. I hope that you ate all of the chocolate that you desired, because that's sort of what Easter is for nowadays, isn't it? That's sort of the only real meaning people seem to think of it as. Nobody seems to think of it as the religious side, which is quite understandable. Now, I don't want to get too into this topic, because, one, I'm not a particularly religious person anyway, and 2, I don't want to offend anybody who's watching. But obviously, Easter has quite a religious, or an extremely religious side to it. If it wasn't for religion, Easter would never exist. And it's sort of over the years and over a matter of years that I've sort of noticed. It's not over a huge period of time. It's actually over quite a short period of time. It seems to me, at least, that the religious side of Easter seems to be getting more and more almost irrelevant. And I know that's a very bad word to use when it comes to religion, and I really hope I'm not going to offend anybody by talking very briefly about this, but it just seems to me that there's not as many people that are seeing the religious side to it. I don't. As a family, we're not particularly a religious family anymore, or anymore. We never were. But what I was trying to say was, I don't think many families are, at least in the UK. I know in the States, religion is still a very, very big thing in a lot of places. In the UK, though, I mean, there are religious people, and obviously I have no problem against religion as long as they don't, not that they don't bother me with it, but as long as they don't preach it to me, I'm not particularly bothered. I keep putting the wrong one down. No. Yes, that one. There we go. As long as they don't try and preach it to me, I'm pretty laid back about it. I mean, you can, no, it's not that you can believe in what you want. Obviously, you can believe in what you want. That makes me sound really, really bad. I'm gonna get off this subject. I'm sure some of you know what I mean. I'm sure some of you are like, what is he on about? What I'm trying to say is that Easter has been more commercialized over the sort of last decade of my life, at least. It's become more about the Easter Bunny and the chocolate and the candy than it is about anything else. Than it is about religion, which doesn't bother me too much. But I'm sure if you are one of these religious people, and you have a right to be completely, I have no problem against that. I think it must be a little bit disheartening, possibly, to see that it's gone away from the religious side and it's become more commercialized. But anyway, that's sort of a really random rant that I never usually talk about. I've never talked about religion before, ever. I've got over 1,000 videos here on YouTube, and never once have I talked about religion on it. Does that make me a bad person? Probably. But anyway, while I've been chatting here, we have pretty much completed the town hall, or the main building of the town hall. Thank you so much for the awesome feedback on this series, guys. I can't thank you enough. When I first started this series, I was a little bit nervous about it because obviously you guys were, you guys really did enjoy the Let's Build a City series, and this, for me, is much easier to do than the Let's Build a City series. I enjoy this series 10 times more than the Let's Build a City series, just because there's just so much more we can do, like tons more that we can do compared to that one. I did do it on the inside. Do I want to do it on the inside on this one? I could do. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? We've got enough time this episode. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that I should also... I'm going to do a question of the day. Now, I've never done a question of the day here on the Simpsons series, but I thought, why not? Why don't we do a question of the day here? And it's a question of the day that was originally meant to be for the Paradise Island series. And it was a question asked, it says, if you fell asleep, or you were put to sleep for 70 years, and then you woke up 70 years later, let me get comfy, what would you think? What would change? What would you do? That's a very deep question. There's a lot of things to think about with that. Cyan, that's the one, isn't it? Is it this one? Yeah. There's a lot of different parts to think about on this question. So 70 years from now, I think the first thing that you need to think about is what sort of technology would there be? Where's my crafting? Oh. Crafting. What sort of technology would there be? And in 70 years from now, I highly expect, unfortunately for me, because I really do like what I'm going to say, but I don't think that there'll be any more, at least petrol-powered cars, for a number of reasons. I think the first reason will be because there's better technology that has come along, either more efficient technology or greener technology, more environmentally friendly. But also, I suspect that in 70 years from now, we won't have any oil left. And unless the human race can find a way to make sort of artificial oil, we're going to be pretty stuck. There's not going to be much. There's not going to be much that we are going to be able to do about that. Obviously, oil is not a renewable source. Well, not renewable as in you can use it the next day. It takes a few years for oil to become oil, through trees and stuff like that. So I think that's actually going to be the first problem or the main problem with that. But the electric car at the moment is useless. I hate the electric car. It doesn't work properly. There's no point to it. It's not efficient enough. There's all sorts of problems. I mean, I'm sure you're not the kind of audience that really wants to listen to me ramble about electric cars. But that's where I think that what we will have in 70 years from now. So now we've got this sort of technology of vehicles. I think most things will be done with virtual reality. Sort of using the internet as a more powerful tool than what we're using it currently. For the moment, for the most part, I think we're using the internet at the moment for, well, not just entertainment, but just for personal stuff. I know businesses and stuff use the internet, obviously, but the majority of the internet usage is for personal, your own usage sort of thing. I think everything will be online, and everything will just be done online. In fact, I think the streets will be very, very quiet in general. Maybe we'll even have flying vehicles, so the roads will be, like, completely dead. I wouldn't mind that too much. That'd be pretty cool. But let's say I didn't know that I had been put to sleep. You know, the movies like the Walking Dead series, for example. I'm sure you've all at least seen one episode of The Walking Dead. Basically, it's a zombie TV series, and in the first episode, the main character wakes up in a hospital, and there's a zombie apocalypse, and he has no idea what really to do. He's a little bit stuck. I'm not going to put any bushes on the front. I don't think that the town hall has any bushes on the front. I've forgotten to get my my reference picture up for this episode, so if there is, I can always add some bushes off camera. That's no problem. I'm just going to add a couple more bushes here, and then we've got this top to do that I forgot. What was I saying? I was saying something about something. It's gone, hasn't it? It's never going to come back, is it? So he woke up, and he had absolutely no idea what was going on. If I woke up and I had no idea I'd been put to sleep, and I just woke up, let's say in my bed, but 70 years on, wow. I take it the question means that I hadn't aged 70 years though. Like I was frozen in time for 70 years, let's say. That's pretty weird because obviously I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't have my fiance. I'm sure the whole world would look very, very different. I don't know what I would do. What would I do first? Let's try and answer that. What would I do first? I'd probably go outside. See that there was no cars going past, so find out that my family wasn't about. It's a tough one. I thought it was, at first, when I read the question, I thought it was a really, really good question. But now I'm trying to answer it. It's a very difficult question to answer. If you guys can answer it better than I am, then feel free to write what would happen to you, or how you would feel, or what you would do if you woke up 70 years from now without aging. I really don't know what I would do. I would be really, really lost. I suppose the first thing that I would have to do would be to find someone that can tell me what's happened. That can tell me what happened to me and can tell me what has happened in the 70 years and what has changed. I'm sure it would take quite a long time to try and explain to someone 70 years worth of stuff. I mean, I could speak a very, very long time about what I've done today, let alone in 70 years. But you would have to, I think that's what you'd have to do. You'd have to find out first what has changed, wouldn't you? And then you'd have to go from there. I like these corner windows. They've turned out better than I thought. But yeah, what a really great question. But unfortunately, it's a question that I seem to be really struggling to answer. And that's a first for me because on these questions of the days, I've usually answered them, I think, quite well. I don't think that we've really struggled to answer a lot of the questions. But that one, I really don't know what to start. I think I can't answer it because, to be honest, I don't know what I would do. I have absolutely no idea. What would you guys do? Let me know in the comment section below. Town Hall is now complete. That looks so cool. I really, really do like it. We're going to have, there's actually a car park. I'm saying this loosely because it changes, obviously, every single episode of The Simpsons. But there's a car park on either side of the Town Hall. Again, most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. I'm actually going to leave a gap of 4. So from there. And then I'm going to come all the way down. And I'm going to do it to here. And I'm going to set to stone. That should give us a block of 4 all the way around the side where we can put some nice trees. Well, probably a tree with a fence around the outside of it. But that'll make a really nice, large car park. And then I would really like the same thing on this side. So we want to go from there to in line with that one, but 4 blocks away. There. Did I get it right? I did. I nailed it. That looks really, really cool. And then obviously I need to use the collapsible blocks to get the driveway in, like I've done on the church. I forgot to do that, but I done that like before starting this episode. So that works out really, really well. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's grow a let's go get a sapling and grow a tree. And I'm hoping that it's going to grow... Oops. It's going to grow a really nice, normal-looking tree. At least close enough to perfect that we can just neaten it up with this one. With these leaf blocks. So we want it in the middle, like right there. You know, it's pretty close. It's pretty close to perfect. Do I want these around the bottom? Maybe we can do smaller trees. Let's try and neaten this up so it's the same, and then we'll sort of change it to exactly how we want it. So, like... Hey, this is looking like an okay looking shape. You know, I've gone with this weird bowl again, haven't I? This really weird ball-shaped tree. I don't like them. I like trees with a little bit more height. Let's give it a little bit more height here. I do love building trees, custom trees, in Minecraft. It is one of my... It takes a long time, but when they look good, they look really good. I'm going to do it like this, and then come up to a cross with the top on it like that. Oh, I like that. Yeah. That's like a pine cone shape, isn't it? Egg crossed with a pine cone shape. Okay, I can live with that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go from there to there. And I'm going to hit that. Come down in line with the tree. And I'm going to do copy. Oops, no I'm not. Wait a minute. I'm going to take that away and that away, because then I won't have to delete those every time. I'm going to take my caps lock off. I'm going to do copy. I'm going to come along to, let's try about here. Paste. That gives us 4 blocks in between. No, we need 5 blocks in between. Undo. Paste. There we go. And then we get that one gap in the middle there. Is it here? Nailed it. Is it here? No, I think it's here. Nailed it. What a guess. About here? Ah, we were 1 out. Undo. Paste. Oops. Oh, uh-oh. I done undo twice. Redo. Paste. There we go. Okay, I like that. See how different that looks already? Like, if we're walking down the street here, having the trees adds another height to it, adds another piece of depth. We can see the school behind it. It hides parts, so when you come to another spot, it starts to reveal them. Like, the school is slowly being revealed in the background. If you're building a city of your own on console, on Xbox or PlayStation, or on PC, make sure that you put greenery in, trees, bushes. They look so good. Like, this looks really dull here. It looks really, really awful. But I think maybe if we put some trees in here. Not there. Undo. Rotate. I don't know what way it is, so I'm just going to do rotate 90. Paste again and hope that we've got it the right way. We do. Okay. Like that. Come over 5 blocks. Like that. And then like that. And then can we get one more in? Is it right there? Whoops. It would be right there, yeah. But I've just put it. I done it on the wrong height. Huh. Like that. See, that's already looking better. That looks so much better than that side, doesn't it? I mean, you'd prefer to have that than you would that. And then another little tip that you can do is probably bone mealing it isn't the greatest. Mind you, it is in this texture pack because they're really, really short. The grass is really, really short. You get some flowers, you get some cool stuff. Now that looks... Oops, I turned rain on. Now that looks 10 times better than it did before. And then you can add other stuff, like especially if you've got the ability to have these sort of little mods that we've got in here. We can add benches. Obviously, if you're on console, then you'll just have to stick with normal stairs and the normal way that we do benches on console. But in here, let's go through. Let's find some benches. Here they are. This one. I like that one. I like that color. At the back of the courthouse here, probably a good spot to actually have some benches, you know, where people can come out at the back if they're waiting to go into court. They can sit out here, sort of cool down for a little bit. But how much better does that look instantly? Like, it just looks so much better than that side. And it wasn't really that much work. Was that a minute's work just to place that down? Instantly, it looks so much better. You got to do it around all the sides, get some really nice stuff. But I tell you what, it's really starting to come on. See, that side looks so much better than that side. You can tell straight away. Definitely, 100%. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye. See you later, Mayor Quimby. Bye.